tried writing a script for this video, but it just doesn't work, so I'm just going to speak. Now, as you can see from the title, this video isn't going to be suitable for everyone. Where do I start? Suicide is the biggest killer of men under 45 in the UK, and even though it is such a big killer, it still has so much stigma attached to it in the mental health community. For those who haven't experienced it, it's hard to comprehend, and for those who have, it's hard to explain. The 20th of July 2015 was a normal day. I went to work. However, I had a plan that day, and it's a plan that I'd thought about for a long time. I'd recently just had a relapse and I'd been in treatment for 6 months. I was getting increasingly ill and hopeless. I couldn't see any future. And not only had I considered suicide, I'd come to terms with my own death. When I got home that day, I put my plans into action. I fell asleep that night for what I thought would be the last time. Taking 87 pills. I assumed the quickest and least painful way to die. Couldn't have been more wrong. I'd developed serotonin sickness and my heart and kidneys were struggling. My kidneys weren't able to process all the pills that I'd taken. The hallucinations were so vivid and scary that I couldn't sleep. However, I did make it through, and relatively unscathed. And I'd like to say that after that everything was fine, and that I never contemplated suicide again. That's not the case. In February this year, I had my first psychiatric admission. After all the treatments and all the medications, I still wasn't any better off. I didn't know what to do. 2 days into my admission, I was found in my room. I had no pulse and I wasn't breathing. Luckily, the quick thinking of the staff and their training meant that they were able to get the belt and bag off my head and cut the ligature from around my neck. Luckily, I'd only been without oxygen for a few seconds and they were able to bring me back round. I'll never forget the look on the staff's face. I think that'll haunt me to my dying day. Now, I'm not making this video for sympathy. I don't deserve any and I don't need any. I'm making this video for anyone out there who's watching, who is thinking about suicide. There's not much I can say that's going to change your mind if you are committed to it. But all I can say is it's not romantic and it's not like it is in the movies. It's messy, and if it goes wrong, the result can be worse than death. The reason I wanted to share my story is so that I can make this point, and this point would have some gravity. Please, if you're out there and you're struggling and you're feeling suicidal, go and get help. Speak to your friends and family. I know sometimes it seems like you might be nagging them. They'd much rather you nag them and be alive than not hear anything from you and find out that one day you're not there anymore. Because I've seen what it does to family and friends. It tears them apart. I can only imagine what it'd be like if I'd been successful. Now, I'm going to leave some links to some charities. My last message is just going to be to the friends and family of those who are showing signs of being suicidal. Don't take it lightly. In most cases, if someone is suicidal and they don't want help, you won't get the luxury of any warning signs. They will try as hard as they can to cover their tracks. However, if someone does come to you mentioning that they are thinking of ending their own life, please go and seek help immediately. Don't keep it to yourself, no matter how much they would want you to. You need to tell some professional about, what's been disclosed to you. And with that, I think I'm going to end the video now. Thanks for watching.